A coffee shop with a unique roaster from Colombia has made its way to the south side of San Antonio. Catholic Charities has just opened up a new food pantry in San Antonio. The St. Stephen's Care Center provides local assistance to families in need. Joining us in the studio today, we have Texas A&M San Antonio's Executive Director of Campus Life to discuss events around campus. Hello and welcome to Enlace. I'm Barela. Our show today will cover news on campus as well as around San Antonio. We look forward to you sticking with us as we bring you the latest. Last month, there were new parking rules put in place at the university. This has been an issue for commute students and for students living on campus. Some students have taken it as far as starting a petition to get the university to change the parking rule for student residents. There will be a meeting with the Parking and Transportation Department where students can express their concerns. The meeting will be held in Esperanza Hall on October 3rd at 7 p.m.
The main focus would be to get the Esperanza Hall parking lot right there at Lot 1 to be for residents primarily, because I believe it's 36 parking spots out of the 200 that are for residents, but there's way more than that in the residential hall that have bought parking permits. You have to pay tuition to go here, then you have to pay room and board and a residential parking space permit, and you can't even park in the residential parking area. It's inconvenient.
Coming soon, the Mesquite and Enlace will bring you more on this matter. President Mattson represented Texas A&M San Antonio in a two-launch event for programs that support college-bound students. Last Monday, A&M San Antonio took part in the renewal of an action to help Alamo colleges and Austin Community College students to transfer to four-year universities. Also on Monday, President Mattson took part in the launch of a pilot program to support former foster youth in their pursuit of higher education. A&M San Antonio, UTSA, and the Alamo Colleges District will work with the Texas institutions to assist former and current foster youth in the path to college. According to a release by the Office of the President, the program will fund the hiring of a success coordinator and mentors. Students at the university were in for a surprise when they walked outside on Wednesday afternoon. 4 sculptures were placed outside of the Central Academic Building. This is all part of the Department of Arts and Cultures hosting their citywide exhibit, Sebastian in San Antonio. The Mexican artist is best known for his Torch of Friendship located in the downtown area. Texas A&M San Antonio is one of the selected locations for Sebastian to display his work. The official kickoff will be October 17th at the Mexican Culture Institute, where his work will be displayed until the end of May 2020. You can catch more of his work at libraries, universities, and local community colleges. Texas A&M San Antonio students got their hands dirty planting a flower garden in honor of monarch butterflies and Latinx immigrants on September 20th. The garden is located on the patio of Esperanza Hall and will be used as vegetation for the butterflies as they migrate from Ohio to central Mexico.
A way of saying, you know what, students that are new to the country, students that may be DACA, you're safe here. A&M San Antonio welcomes you.
The garden provides growth for monarch butterfly population. The Student Counseling and Wellness Services organize various activities to raise awareness to inform the campus community about mental health in the context of Suicide Prevention Month. 129 empty pairs of shoes line the path towards campus. The shoes represent how many Americans commit suicide daily. Mental health affects people from different walks of life, hence the variety of shoes. If you or a loved one needs help, do not hesitate to contact the Student Wellness Services or utilize the resources displayed on the screen. When we come back, here's a peek of what a local coffee shop is doing to stand out in the south side of San Antonio.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother. You
Yes.
your football buddy, your football buddy. You, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Welcome back and thanks for sticking with us. September is National Service Dog Awareness Month. To celebrate disability, Support Services hosted a trivia booth this past Wednesday in the Central Academic Building. Students were invited to spin the wheel and answer a question about service animals for a chance to win a prize.
Bringing this awareness, we can really help people support these dogs and their clients when they're out working together. Something that's really important is that you're not distracting a dog while it's working. So whenever you see a dog in harness, it's a really good clue that the dog is working and not to touch. Something that people don't even think about a lot of times that's super distracting a dog is just making eye contact. It takes their focus off their work and they're not able to guide.
With the presence of service animals on campus, DDS believes it is important to educate the student body about these furry friends. Do you know a family in need of assistance? Daniel Gallegos informs us on a new Catholic Charities food pantry that can help.
Catholic Charities have just opened up a new food pantry in San Antonio. The St. Stephen Care Center provides food, clothing, and hygiene essentials to those families in need. However, this pantry is the first of its kind in San Antonio. Instead of waiting in line for a bag filled with goods, the care center lets the clients grab a shopping cart and head down the aisle to get whatever they need. Catholic Charities felt it was important to give families the option and free range in choosing their items.
We're still feeding them, but we're also helping them beyond just handing them a sack of food. We're letting them choose what they want, what they need, and that's a huge thing for a person who is seeking help.
The Care Center is here to provide help to those families in need. Being located on the west side of San Antonio has really been beneficial to the local community. With it being only their third week open, the Care Center has been filled daily. The results and feedback from the community is just what they had hoped for.
You know, places like this is great for families like that need assistance like that, because there is a need. There is a need everywhere, and I'm living proof of that.
With the Care Center having such a wide selection of goods and being a nonprofit, they rely heavy within the community of San Antonio to provide donations. They ask for everyone's help in order to stay open and continue aiding the families in need.
So we ask anyone who wants to help us donate any type of food, any type of clothing, especially for children. We depend not only on those who are donating food and clothing, but we also depend on our volunteers to come and help.
For Enlace, Daniel Gallegos.
Thank you for continuing to stay with us. Do you enjoy capturing fun moments on social media? Enlace is looking for your help. If you see an event happening at our campus that you think might interest us, send us your videos with your best material. The best videos will be selected to appear on Enlace Newscast. You can share it on our social media with the hashtag Enlace News. Oziel Treviño spoke with local coffee shops that are giving the community a new way to delight in coffee drinking.
A coffee shop on the south side of San Antonio offers a new approach to coffee. At Cafecinado, the community is given the chance to learn how to roast coffee beans that are grown, picked, and distributed by women who own farms in Colombia.
I'm a coffee farmer myself, and I understand women to own land is really hard and to be able to keep it. Also, we are only working with 12 farms, but 12 farms is a lot still. to give them the opportunity to bring their product here instead of getting lost in the mix in whatever is being sold in Colombia.
The owner, Patricia Butler, says that they're the only coffee shop in the South Side that roasts their own coffee.
This coffee shop is different from any other coffee shop because we are the only coffee roaster on the South Side. There is no other coffee roaster in the South Side. There is no other coffee roaster that has the roaster that we have. In fact, no one in the United States has the roaster that I have. This is a one-of-a-kind roaster that was brought from Colombia, and it was made for us.
This roaster operates with air instead of direct heat, making it different than most machines of its type.
So the South Side, should they? I don't know. So far, so good. They like it, and they come and see it, and they come to roast their beans. They go through the experience of roasting their own coffee beans, and they take it home, and they come and visit.
Classes are offered to anyone that wants to learn how to roast coffee beans. Coficionado hosts many private events that are planned for the community. Just last week, they had a poetry event.
We do a lot of private events also. Patricia is creating a culture for coffee here at the South Side.
Oziel, Treviño, Enlace.
If you're looking for professional development, here is your chance. The Mays Center will conduct Internship Week from October 1st through the 8th. Services will include resume reviews, internship panels, and pitch workshops. As A&M San Antonio students continue the journey in the first 50-day challenge, Executive Director Julie Eddards joins us to inform us on upcoming campus events.
In 4 days, there was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
We're back. The organization Unidos US joined community and business leaders to inform the public of the new findings in recent poll of Texas Latino voters. Armando Villarreal brings us the latest.
With the 2020 election approaching, Unidos US joined elected officials at the Mexican-American Unity Council on September 19th. The highlight of the event was a recent poll conducted by Unidos US, found that Latino voters are a key demographic in the state of Texas. Latinos make up 36% of the total state population and represented only 22% of the total votes casted in the last election.
The things that we know is that in Texas, Latinos will soon be half of the state's population. But yet, we are not seeing the needs and the aspirations of our community reflected in many of the decisions that are being made by this governor and his administration.
The roundtable discussion pushed critical topics in the Latino agenda, including healthcare, housing, the economy, taxes, and education. Unidos US, previously known as the National Council Raza, is the nation's largest Hispanic civil rights and advocacy organization.
It's very important for community leaders and business leaders to be involved in discussions like this. Unidos US has been a leader at the national level, raising issues that are important to the Latino community.
College student voters are also a key demographic in election season, from voting for president to the city council officials. Elections can be important in students' lives, from how often their garbage gets picked up to whether or not you have the right to free speech.
Politicians and others dismiss young people because they say, oh, they don't vote. But if young people do set their mind to vote and just make their voice heard on issues that are important to them, whether it's gun violence, tuition, whatever that might be, it's just important that everyone go out and vote.
Unidos US research indicated the economy and jobs being the #1 issue of concern, followed by healthcare expenses and immigration. The discussion took place 1 year shy of the critical 2020 election. The speakers remarked the importance to vote to help influence the outcome of key races. I'm Armando Villarreal, Enlace.
Joining us in the studio today, we have Texas A&M San Antonio's Executive Director of Campus Life, Julie Edwards. Thank you for being here today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course. So we are touching base on the first 50-day challenge. Can you explain that to us?
Yes. So we planned 50 days of events for all of our students on campus to get engaged, social events, educational events, to know their resources, but really to get to know each other. So each week is a different theme. So there are 7 themed weeks that cover student engagement, getting involved, financial literacy, leadership, diversity and equity, and then pride and tradition. So we have 7 weeks of themes, and students have to attend 3 events in 4 of those weeks to complete the 50-day challenge.
And we have incentives, right, for that? T-shirts.
Correct. So any student that completes the challenge will receive a limited edition shirt for Texas A&M San Antonio students.
Awesome. Can you tell us some upcoming events that students might not know about? They don't see them posted on the bulletin boards or anything of that nature.
Yeah, so I want to highlight some that we have coming up. We're halfway through the challenge. And so we have this Saturday our inaugural leadership conference for the Henry G. Cisneros Institute of Emerging Leaders. It's new to our campus, and the conference on Saturday is the inaugural event for the Cisneros Institute on our campus. So any student that is looking for an opportunity to engage with leaders in our entire community, we have several breakout sessions, but it's going to be a wonderful experience. And that is at 9 o'clock. They'll register and show up at the Patriots Casa for the leadership conference this weekend. We also have coming up for Financial Literacy Week a lot of different events for students to really expand their knowledge on healthy financial literacy. But one of the fun events that we have for that is the Generals
Casino night. Yes, I heard about that.
Thank you. And so students will have an opportunity to play around with a lot of different casino games that we have coming in, and that's just going to be a really fun initiative for students to get to know each other, have fun with it, engage in the conversation, and that's coming up October 3rd. And then the whole event of the first 50 days ends in our Pride and Traditions Week, and it ends with our traditional Fall Fest that is happening on October 18th. So that is a campus-wide or community-wide event. So anybody in San Antonio is invited to attend our Fall Fest, where we have a pumpkin patch that's free for families, so many different events. All of our student organizations are involved, and so it's a really special tradition for us on campus.
Thank you so much, Julie, for being here today. We appreciate it, and thank you for updating us on all the upcoming events.
Absolutely.
After the break, David Rojas will bring you the latest in movies and entertainment.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Because of you sharing your story with me, I feel comfortable sharing my own.
Because you were there when I was coming out, you helped me regain my confidence.
I'm still here today because of you.
Have you ever experienced test anxiety? You may have had symptoms and were unaware. Aricela Mendez tells us more.
How many times has an exam made you feel extremely stressed and highly anxious? You may have been experiencing a case of test anxiety. Unseen symptoms of test anxiety include rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, excessive sweating, and emotional distress. An expert in study habits academic coach Michelle Anguiano has 3 tips to help manage test anxiety. The #1 tip students need to learn is how to manage their time. Time management leads to organization, which helps you set times to study and review your notes. Once you have prepared notes, Anguiano's 2nd tip is to overstudy by reading every inch of the textbook to ensure that you are retaining as much knowledge as possible. Pongiano's final tip is to make time in between studying for self-care by doing something as simple like going on a walk to take your mind off studying for a short period of time. Before your next exam, try these 3 tips to reduce your stress and anxiety and ace your test. If you feel your stress and anxiety requires additional help, please visit the Office of Student Counseling and Wellness Services for more guidance. For Enlace, this is Aricela Mendez.
Buenas y bienvenidos a Jaguar Sports, con lo mejor del deporte en esta semana. Arrancamos con acción de la NFL, ya que este pasado fin de semana se disputó la tercera jornada de la temporada regular y los equipos de Texas continúan por la senda de la victoria. Los Texans superaron una dura prueba en San Diego y remontaron en la segunda mitad para vencer a los Chargers por 27-20. Deshaun Watson lanzó para 351 yardas y conectó con Jordan Akins para 2 de sus 3 touchdowns. Con la victoria, los Texans mejoran su marca a 2-1 esta temporada. Los Cowboys, por su parte, arrollaron a los Dolphins de Miami en Dallas por 31-6. Dak Prescott conectó 2 veces con Amari Cooper para 2 touchdowns y lanzó para un total de 246 yardas. Ezekiel Elliott corrió para 125 yardas con 19 acarreos y los Cowboys continúan invictos. Otros equipos que también continúan con récord perfecto son los Patriots, los Chiefs de Kansas City, los Packers de Green Bay, entre otros. Seguimos en la NFL, pero esta vez para hablar de Antonio Brown. Y es que los Patriots anunciaron el viernes pasado que dejarían libre al receptor estrella. El anuncio llega en medio de una investigación que la NFL abrió a Brown luego de que una segunda mujer le acusara de agresión sexual. Brown ha rechazado estas acusaciones y además usó sus redes sociales para anunciar que no jugaría más en la NFL. Sin embargo, de acuerdo a su agente Drew Rosenhaus, el receptor aún no se ha retirado y todavía hay algunos equipos interesados en contar con sus servicios. Nos vamos ahora a México y es que se jugó la jornada 11 de la Liga MX. El Santos Laguna continúa firme en el liderato después de golear al Veracruz por 5-0. Por otro lado, el Necaxa se trepó al segundo lugar de la tabla luego de vencer a domicilio al Querétaro por 2-1 en un buen juego en el que el Necaxa supo contener los embistes finales del Querétaro en busca del empate. El León empató con el Atlas y bajó a la tercera posición y las Chivas perdieron en casa 4-2 contra el Pachuca y siguen en su lucha con el descenso. Bueno, esto ha sido todo por hoy, pero nos vemos pronto con una nueva edición de Jaguar Sports.
Now this might come to a surprise to you, but Cowboys are not my favorite team. Okay. However, I did hear you say 2 teams that are my favorite, the Packers and the Chiefs. Right. Do you think they have a good chance at making it all the way and beating the Cowboys?
Well, the Packers, they have a good chance until they face the Cowboys. I'm just kidding. No, they have a good chance in the NFC. Of course, the Chiefs in the AFC are going to have to face the Patriots eventually. But the Packers, they have a good chance just as well as the Cowboys because of, I would say, because of the Drew Brees injury in New Orleans. Correct. So that kind of clears some space in there for the Packers, the Cowboys, and even the Rams in the NFC. So we'll see how the season ends. But yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing it. Thank you, Alejandro.
Thank you.
And to close today's show, here's David Rojas with the latest in entertainment news.
¿Qué tal, señores y señores? Bienvenidos una vez más a otra edición de A la Carta. En esta semana se estrena una película que no se quiere perder. Les tengo 2 noticias muy importantes que se dieron a conocer esta semana pasada en el mundo del entretenimiento. Comenzamos. Después de encontrarse con un yeti, Guy y sus amigos se enfrentan a una épica aventura para reunir a esta criatura con su familia. Pero para esto se tendrán que enfrentar con un financiero y un zoólogo que quieren capturar a este yeti para su propio beneficio. Abominable es una película clasificada PG y está en cines a partir del día de hoy. Este miércoles pasado se anunció el regreso de Alan, Ellie e Ian, el trío que protagonizó la primera película de Jurassic Park. La cuenta oficial de Jurassic World, a través de un tweet, lanzó la noticia que se estrenará una nueva película de Jurassic World en el 2021 con este gran elenco. Disney lanzó el nuevo trailer de la secuela de Frozen. En esta ocasión, Elsa y Anna regresan para enfrentarse a una nueva aventura. La película se estrenará este próximo 22 de noviembre, día de Thanksgiving. Bueno, esto fue todo por hoy. Recuerde que me puede seguir a través de las redes sociales en @210 taquillando para que no se pierdan nada de lo importante que sucede en el mundo del entretenimiento. Hasta la próxima.
Have you ever built a snowman?
Actually, no, I haven't.
It's very exciting, and I'm so excited to see the Frozen 2. My daughter's absolutely going to love it. She's a huge fan also of dinosaurs, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park is coming out.
Yes, it's coming out, so we can't wait to see that. I'm very excited. It's been our pleasure to bring you campus and local news around our city, and we look forward to seeing you again in October. Now we leave you with the sound of Gio Chamba, a local Chicano fusion group.